Hey guys, another week, another Cyberpunk video. This one is going to be good, as we have some big leaks to discuss. One very good, and one very bad. Which is which? You decide. We just report the facts, people. But of course, before we get going, we would love it if you could give us a like and subscribe to the channel. Now let's go. First, what most news outlets are reporting as the bad news. According to a recent report, Cyberpunk has already lost 79% of its players since its premiere. At launch, it had over 1 million daily players, and now is around 225,000. The report compares it to The Witcher 3, which took 3 months to decline that far, but Cyberpunk 27 has done it in less than a month. So obviously, Cyberpunk is shit, CDPR ripped everyone off and they are paying for it, and we can all go home. Now, as with most things in life, it isn't that black and white. Yes, there has been a steep decline and the state of the game as it was delivered has something to do with it, but also, it's a single player game with no online multiplayer yet. People finish it and move on to another title. A game that loses player from the high numbers it had at launch is completely normal. Something that has been going on since the dawn of video games. This number is even less relevant because the game plays well on PC, so it isn't just about players rejecting the game, more that they're just finished with it. Now don't get us wrong, this isn't some total fanboy defense of CD Projekt Red. As you know from our other videos, we definitely feel cheated. But let's just keep everything in check and make sure we have some perspective on the issue. These constant attacks just feel completely exaggerated. Now the good news. CDPR has confirmed that the first DLC of the game will be released early this year, and according to a Reddit leak carried out by a apparently CD Projekt Red developer, they are preparing a great comeback in the same way that No Man's Sky did. Let's not forget that, like Cyberpunk 2077, No Man's Sky had a regrettable start, but with the passage of time they were able to fix the issues to such an extent that today the game is a real gem. Okay, going deeper into the leak, it raises quite a few interesting points, but keep in mind that none of this has been confirmed yet. The first is that the morale of the studio and its workers is currently through the floor, and that many, very major departures are expected in the studio in the coming months. Second, the first 2 big patches that they promised are finally expected in mid-March instead of January or February, and that in June they would release another, more or less definitive one with which they would make a return in the best No Man's Sky style. This allegedly developer of the company claims that the final DLC would include everything or almost everything they had planned for the launch, which is much more than what we see today since, among other things, more than 50,000 lines of dialogue were deleted to meet the deadline. 50,000 lines of dialogue. Which confirms once again that the game was released without being finished due to pressure from players and investors, a crass error that is costing the people of CD Projekt Red dearly. So, finally living up to the promises made in the advertising, in the DLCs will be the real possibility of entering an apartment to explore it, the existence of an underground city, a sewage system, various types of taxis and taxi drivers that would give us missions. There will be the train, for which we have the rails right now, but nothing else. New missions that were eliminated because bugs deleted them, and much more. This all looks great for when we finally actually get to play it, of course. This developer said that these DLCs will add a lot of crazy ideas and that the game as it was planned would be available by the end of 2021 if all goes well. This person, anonymous of course, complains about the management too. Might sound weird, but the disaster launch was actually something beneficial from our perspective. A cold shower sets priorities straight, and so we were able to resume work on what was originally intended without having those fuckers breathing down our necks to publish. They also complain about the use of Keanu Reeves. I don't want to hate on Keanu, but fucking hell. Our original Johnny was way cooler and sounded like a maniac. Think Fold Test on crack. It is claimed that the need for a star was imposed by someone from outside the company. But what is clear is that everything that is to come is what we were hyped up for from CD Projekt Red, and it seems that we will have to wait until 2021 to be able to play the game that they really sold us. Sound familiar? Okay, hold up. Some breaking news just in. We already edited the whole video when CD Projekt Red took to Twitter to deny all that information, stating that they're just rumors. But the most interesting thing here is that they are denying something that we can all see. The game is not finished. They don't need to deny it because we all know it and felt it while playing. Many people are making jokes about the tweet because they simply deny that they are working hard to fix the game, but we all know they're doing that. And in fact, the leak, in our opinion, is actually a good thing for the company to show that they will eventually release the game we were waiting for through the year. But honestly, we really trusted them, even after all the advertising. And then we played a completely different game on our PS4. We don't know if we want to trust them this time. What do you think? Now it's your turn. Do you think they rushed to get it out there on time? You were the head of CD Projekt Red. Would you have waited for the game to be totally finished? What do you think of the developer's statements? How do you think the situation will end for CD Projekt Red? Let us know in the comments, and see you on the next one.